The Supreme Court has ruled that Donald Trump could be immune from criminal charges over the January the 6th riots because he was once a president. And that comes following the fallout, let's put it that way, from this disaster class in debating that we witnessed on Thursday night. So Biden went against Trump. You'll no doubt have seen some of the clips where we saw 81-year-old Joe Biden, the US president, stumbling over his words, unable to finish some of his sentences, and generally struggling on that debate stage. We've now got a poll by CBS News and YouGov, which indicates that 72% of registered voters believe the president does not have the mental or cognitive health to serve as president. That's a sharp increase from 65% who thought the same in an earlier poll. Worryingly for the Democrats, 45% of registered Democrats who responded to that poll say they believe the president should step aside for another candidate. But after a meeting at Camp David with the Biden family, including, of course, his wife Jill and his children, apparently they want him to stay in the race and keep fighting, which I think is something that has sparked debate not just in America, but around the country. Let's get into this now with Hogan Gidley. He's a White House Deputy Press Secretary of yesteryear. He served from 2019 to 2020 in the Donald Trump administration. Lovely to see you this evening, Hogan. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. I mean, I'll ask you a simple question. I appreciate you perhaps got some skin in the game, but is Biden fit to be president right now?
Nope. But that's nothing new. I'm so glad that the media found Jesus on this. But the fact is, they've been covering up for Joe Biden's foibles for a long time. Remember, it was just a week ago before the debate. They invented a word to try and protect him. It wasn't a deep fake. They were cheap fakes. They were basically edited videos that showed Joe Biden had cognitive and physical mental decline, but they weren't real videos. They were just manipulated in a way that made the public think he was in serious decline. The problem is that debate erased all of that nonsense. They saw him behind a podium. As you said, he stumbled, he bumbled, he mumbled, he could not complete sentences. He clearly had lost his train of thought throughout the debate. He would stare off into the distance. And remember, the entire thing was set up for him. This was his network, his anchors, his rules that he made up. They prepped him. They had one-liners for him, ways to mess with Donald Trump, and he still failed this badly.
Having said that, in the same poll, 49% of voters said former President Donald Trump does not have the mental or cognitive health to serve as president. We've got a 78-year-old here going against an 81-year-old. I mean, I've said this in the past on this channel. You know, we've got the American people facing a choice between a man who seems to be facing a prison sentence and another man who can't finish a sentence. It's a bit of a Sophie's choice, isn't it, Hogan?
Well, not really, because the debate showed two men in two different stages of life. One of them clearly at the end, and one of them poised to be the next president of the United States, articulating the specifics about his policy that improved the lives of all Americans, regardless of race, religion, color, or creed, but also settled the world landscape as well. We didn't have wars breaking out all over the place like we do under Joe Biden. So these two men, and you talked about the choices, and some while some may lament that on both sides of the aisle, that's the menu. It's beef or chicken. You don't get a third option here. And right now, Donald Trump is the clear front runner because not only is he ready to be president, not only did he have proven success while he was president, but the American people want to return to those policies that made their today better with the potential for their tomorrows to be better as well.
A beef or chicken? What if you're vegetarian, Hogan? What's your choice then? I mean, would it be better for Trump?
JFK, RFK Jr., maybe?
Maybe, yeah, exactly. It would be better for Trump, though, if Biden remains in place, wouldn't it? I mean, he's got more of a chance winning now after that debate than, say, if Biden is replaced by California Governor Gavin Newsom.
Well, I wouldn't say that because a lot of people don't know Gavin Newsom at this point. But when they start to learn things about how horrible California is at this point, the rapid decline they faced with bad policies that have resulted in spikes in crime, homeless problems, drugs, people dying from fentanyl overdoses, not to mention the border problems they have in California as well. I think the choice is still pretty clear. Regardless of who the Democrats put up, they're going to have a problem with their policies because they're just not popular with the American people.
Hogan Gidley, thank you very much indeed for joining me this evening.